What is going down, my YouTube family? It is my shining face once again today to bring you Hardwork in the revamped Noob series. Hardorc is an orc tactician, warrior, and traveler. But before we get into that, as always, if you're not part of the XMG family, you should be. Click that subscribe button so you're not missing out on a thing. Let's get into Hardwork. Okay, so we know that Hardwork is a orc tactician, warrior, and traveler. Let me start off by saying that if you have Hardwork, you're not a new player. So I'm going to look at it that way. Once you unlock Hardwork, you're a little bit more advanced in the game, so I'm going to talk different rune sense than just putting all health on him. Because when you get him and when you're able to use him, you're going to be in more advanced stage. Like on my main, I just unlocked him 2 weeks ago as a dolphin. So whales have him 7-star, that's fine. But as an average free-to-play beginning character, you are looking at least 3 months or longer before you can unlock this character. So you're going to have more in the game unlocked. So keep that in mind as we go. Okay, his stats. His physical damage, which he does, is at 3,094. Critical chance is at 22.28%, which is a little bit higher than average. His health is at 22,170. I like where that starts. Physical armor, 33%. Magic armor at 29.99%, so essentially 30%. Shield is 24,527, and his speed is at 145. Potency at 18%, and tenacity at 27%. So from his stats, we learned he has pretty good damage, he has very high speed, his critical chance is good, but his potency sucks. So keep that in mind as we go through his moves. Ability 1, Punch in the Teeth, deals 240% physical damage to an enemy and inflicts bleeding for 2 turns. Ability 2, 200% physical damage with a 70% chance to inflict ability block. So this is why I said potency sucks earlier. We need potency on this character. Devil's Horns gains cheat death, regeneration, and damage increase and applies it to 4 allies for 2 turns. And his passive ability, Hardorc removes 1 debuff from 4 random allies at the start of his turn. This guy is just boss. I love him. He's one of my favorite characters on the test account, and now that I have him unlocked at least on my main, I'm gearing him up. I just love him. He's a plug-and-play character. He can be put in a lot of different teams, and he brings a lot of stuff to the party. If you have a 7-star Hardorc, getting a 7-star Soleus is super easy. But what did we learn from his move kit? He needs physical damage. We want him to go often because he's removing debuffs and he is spreading debuffs. We need potency. We need a lot of potency on this guy. So, runing options. You could go all potency. You could go a mix of potency, health. You could go a mix of damage with potency or health. You could go speed with potency or health. So there's a lot of different choices you could do, but based off his move kit and what I see, I want to go speed on this character, and that's how I ruined him exactly in the other team, and it was very beneficial. So I am going to go speed and potency. But on my main, I don't have speed unlocked yet, where I can farm it just by going in to farm it. I still have to fight the battles on it, so I don't do it, even though I probably should. So if I can't unlock speed, I would go damage, potency, or possibly even just straight up potency. So I am going to rune him, and I will be back. Okay, full rune amulet on Hardorc, and this is what I went with the speed and the potency. I am looking for secondary stats of speed number 1, potency number 2, damage number 3, and then survivability number 4. So damage, speed, damage, critical chance, and potency. I went with speed, critical chance, damage, health, and shield. Critical chance, now I could do damage here, but I really like the speed proc of 6 on that, so I kept it. So critical chance, speed, shield, health, and armor. Then I went with shield, speed, tenacity, health, and potency. A 2% bump in his potency is nice on that rune. And then obviously I went potency, shield, speed with 4, critical chance, and armor. So let's see what that did to his stats. For his stats, we brought up his physical damage by 127, and that's fine. He's not on your team to be a damage dealer. He's on your team to make everybody else hit like a truck and to debuff the hell out of the other team. So we brought that to 3221. His critical chance we brought up almost 9% to 31.13. His health we brought up 451, bringing it to 22,621. His physical armor up about 0.5%, and his magic armor up about 2%. His shield we brought up 3,604, bringing it to 28,131. We brought up his speed 60. He is at 205 speed. That's exactly where we want him. We brought up his potency 37% to 55%, and his tenacity is up 1%. Now, one other thing I want to mention, again, with the physical damage, if you are running him under a Rantha lead, this is why I love Rantha lead, you are getting 25% more physical damage. Now, if you run him under a Tromgar lead, he's also effective because you'll get the potency increase, which is huge for him. But the physical damage increase allows us to focus on speed and potency instead of focusing on damage. So where am I going to put my scrolls for Hardorc? I get Hardorc brand new, and I just did a little bit ago, so I followed this exact thing. Let's take a look. Now I'm going to take all his abilities up to level 2. So I'm going to deal 150% of physical damage to an enemy and inflict bleeding for 2 turns. Okay? At level 2, I'm going to do 100% of physical damage to all enemies with a 30% chance to ability block. And as I go up, I get more chance to ability block, and I increase the effect to 2 turns at level 6. His Devil Horns at level 2 gains Cheat Death and applies it to 2 allies for 2 turns. Now as you go up, you get another ally, then you get regeneration, then you get another ally, and then you get damage increase. Then his passive. At level 2, I gain a 50% chance to remove 1 debuff from 1 random ally at the start of the turn. And as I go up, I remove 1 debuff from 1 random ally. Then I remove it from 2, then I remove it from 3, then I remove it from 4. So, for me, I'm not worried about him being the damage dealer, so that takes the basic away. Now, his power solo is nice because it is an AoE, but to get it to where I really feel comfortable, I'd have to take it up to level 4. So I'm just going to leave it at level 2 right now and hope I get an ability block on it, because what I am going to focus on is Devil Horns and his passive ability first. I'm going to take his Devil Horns up to level 4, because I get Chain Death and Regeneration to 3 allies for 2 turns at a very minimal blue scroll investment. Then I am going to come to his passive ability, and I am going to take this to level 6, because debuffing 4 random allies is humongous. So take that to level 6. Then I'm going to come back to Devil's Horns, and I'm going to take this to level 6. Then I'm going to come to Power Solo and take that to level 6. And then I'm going to come to Punch in the Teeth and take that to level 6. His move kit, I will take everything to level 6. There's at least one move on each character where I'm like, nah, I don't need to do that. I can get away with taking it to level 4. When it comes to Hardorc, you want to get all his abilities up to level 6. All of them are beneficial, and all of them are fantastic at level 6. So everybody, there is Hardorc for Noobs, concluding my revamped Orc series. I got this out for everybody because I know Solius is relaunched, so hopefully this helps somebody out a little bit. Again, if you're not part of the XMG family, click the subscribe button and become part. If you have questions or comments, again, my Discord name is in the link below. Find me, write me, leave me a comment on YouTube. I will respond, good or bad. Maybe not right away, but I promise I will respond. I love you all out there. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.